greatness.
Welcome back to another episode of Ownership and Greatness. I'm your host, Joe Chege. And today I wanted us to break down some mental health tips for entrepreneurs. Sometimes we have so much going on, and I feel like we have to look for ways for us to be able to unplug and for us to be able to find some rest or find a way to rejuvenate our minds and body so we can be able to dive back in and create what is necessary. As entrepreneurs, we spend a lot of time building our brands, we spend a lot of time creating, we spend a lot of time working on our businesses, and since it's our major obligation, sometimes I feel like we are so caught up with doing all that we forget to find some downtime to reset, to decompress, so we can be able to maximize our potential. So I thought it was necessary to share some tips that I've been researching on my own, because this is something I'm also doing for myself. I have to sometimes figure out, how do I rejuvenate myself? How can I be able to tap into the things that are around me to be able to recharge my creative juice, to be able to keep on moving on in this entrepreneurship journey? And hopefully you're going to be able to find some balance between your work and also your life, and make your life easier, make your life better. As I always say every now and then, entrepreneurship is not a race. It's a journey, and we have our short-term goals, we have our mid-term goals, and we have our long-term goals. So for us to be able to reach the peak of our goals, we have to make sure we are recharging. We have to make sure we have some stops where we get some rest so we can continue with this journey. All right. So for me, something that I'm really working on, and this is something I know I've been denying myself majority of the time, is getting some rest. And that's sleep. I feel like entrepreneurs, we sometimes go all night. So I remember times when I used to go for almost 48 hours without sleep, because I'm so caught up with trying to create a concept, trying to come up with a design. Or sometimes you have to deliver for a customer or a client, and you are forced to actually extend, do all nights to be able to deliver the product. You have all these orders that you have to ship out, and you don't have enough support, especially when you are in the inception stage. When you're actually beginning, majority of the time, the only help you might have is maybe some family members and all that, and you're forced to just be up and going, to be able to ship out all your orders. So this is something that I know is necessary when you're beginning, but you also have to remember that your body needs some rest. So find some time, make it a priority. I had something the other day that was so inspiring, where a guy was like, I feel like the way we are always setting our alarms clock has always been the wrong way. We always set our alarms clock to wake up, but we actually don't set the alarm clock for us to go to sleep. So I feel like, we don't normally do that, because in our mind we're like, I'll just go to sleep whenever it's necessary. But I feel like we have to change our habits. Think of how it would impact you if you decide, okay, every single night I'm gonna make sure, no matter what, at least I go to sleep at a specific time. So you set your alarm clock to remind you that it's time for you to go to sleep, because we get so caught up and whenever we are creating or whenever we are working on our dreams and aspiration, and feel like we can go days and days without rest. But it is necessary for you to be able to have more creative juice, for you to be able to come up with new ideas that are going to transform and take your business to the next level. We need to reset. We need to get some rest. So sleeping is important for you to be able to balance your mental health and entrepreneurship. So I would say set an alarm for you to go to sleep. At least get 6 hours of sleep, 5 hours, whatever works for you. Some people say their maximum amount of sleep that they need is 5 hours, and they're still gonna be able to be more effective and efficient in their work. If for you it's 6 hours, try and plan it accordingly on your schedule so that you get some rest and you're able to come back the next day and do what is necessary. Right? So the other point which I feel like is necessary is make sure you're eating right. Like make sure your meal is balanced. You have all the necessary nutrients that are going to enable you to be able to have a healthy body. We all have our different preferences. There are other people who want their proteins. There are other people who are like, I need to be vegan. I'm just going to go all green. Like, we all have our different choices, but the most important thing is making sure you're eating a healthy diet. Make sure you have your proteins, make sure you have your vitamins, make sure you have your calciums, like all the necessary nutrients that are going to enable you to become healthy, or going to enable your body to work properly and give you the maximum energy and boost that you need to become more productive. You need to also put that in mind. So as an entrepreneur, don't focus on only building a business and neglecting your body. It is necessary. It is necessary to make sure that you're eating the right diets. Because I know sometimes when you're working and you're on the fly, like you just grab fast food, you just want to whip something real quick to put something in your tummy so you can continue working. But think about it, like if you want your car to run effectively, you have to make sure you're putting in the right fuel. So your body is your temple, your body is your engine. So if you want your body to give you the maximum performance that you need for you to be able to deliver, for you to be able to be creative, for you to be able to do what is necessary as an entrepreneur, you have to make sure that you're also eating right. Like, prioritize that. The other point, which is actually in relations to eating right, that I think is necessary for us to be able to balance our mental health and entrepreneurship, I would say, is exercising. I believe that exercising is important. You don't have to do all the extra stuff as long as you create a simple workout plan that works for you, because we all have different timelines, or we all have different amount of times that we can delegate to do such thing. So think about it. If you don't have like hours to spend, think of how you can use even 5 minutes. If you have to do some push-ups, if you have to do some stretch, some jumping jacks, whatever works for you, but make sure at least every single day you allocate some time to just exercise. And that's going to help you. That's going to prevent you from going to the doctors, because at the end of the day, whenever you're doing a mixture of those, then that means your health is going to be better compared to someone who doesn't do none of that stuff, right? The other point that's in line with mental health and entrepreneurship, I would say, is making sure that you're doing the things that you love. And for me, this is important because at the end of the day, you don't want to waste your time in life doing some stuff that you don't even enjoy, or they're not even in line with what your purpose is in life. So I believe if you make sure that you're doing the things that you love in life, you are definitely going to have the energy and the excitement of working every single day to do something that you love and you enjoy. And majority of the time, you don't even have to be paid to do it. Like, it's something that you can sacrifice your time and effort to just dive into it and do what's necessary to improve your skill set, do what's necessary to enable you to step into the next level of your life. So whenever you feel like you don't have balance in your life as an entrepreneur, whenever you feel like you're not headed in the right direction, ask yourself, do I really like what I'm doing? Am I really interested in what I'm venturing in? And how is it aligned to my personal vision and purpose in life? So that's also a pointer that you should consider to just add on to your plans in life and see how efficient it's going to enable you to be. All right. Something else that I feel like we neglect sometimes, but it is necessary, is creating genuine connection with the people around you. We all have the people who inspire us. We all have the people who are more like our support system. It might be your family, it might be your friend, it might be your mentors, it might be your community. So you have to make sure you foster a genuine connection with the people around you, like people who truly care about what is going on in your life, people who can always check in with them and see what's happening, because you don't want to be so caught up in building this brand, be so caught up in building your business, be so caught up in creating all this concept and forget about connecting with the world around you. You have to do that, and it actually helps as a way of unplugging, because the minute you have a genuine connection with the people around you, you tend to be so immersed in what's going on around you, and that gives you some relaxation time sometimes to just bond, unwind, and maybe be inspired, because if you're talking to your mentors, they're going to be able to give you more gems on how you can become more efficient. They're going to give you more ideas on how you can improve your skills. And whenever you're spending time and genuinely connecting with your family and friends, it creates a balance, because you don't want to live a life where it's all work and no play. So having some time to create genuine connection with your family and loved ones is necessary, and it actually helps a lot when it comes to mental health and entrepreneurship, because it creates a balance. So try and spend some time, like on your busy schedule, you have to cut out some time to spend time with your loved ones. That is necessary. All right. Something else that I normally do on a day-to-day basis, like, and I've seen this with especially the older people around my community, and I feel like as the youngins, this is something we neglect sometimes. We have to stop spending a lot of time indoors. We need to start connecting with nature. And I'm saying this especially in this time where there's a battle between nature and metaverse, where people feel like they need to be more connected with like the metaverse. You want to wear goggles and just immerse yourself in the metaverse. For me, what I'm fighting for and what I'm truly asking the people around me to do is try and disconnect from the matrix and spend some time with nature. Connect with nature. Like, make it a plan every single day or every two or 3 days a week, where when in the evening, when you have time, take a walk, take a 20 minutes walk, or when you have a break. Like if you have like an hour break or 30 minutes break, you can spend like 15 minutes to buy something and then take a small stroll around your neighborhood. You don't even have to go far. Make it a habit to step out of like your office or the environment where you're working and just connect with nature. Take a walk or observe what's around you. Listen to the noise, listen to the birds. Just listen around and connect with what's around you, because I feel like we are so caught up with working, sometimes we don't even know what's going on outside. And I feel like that's something as a human being we are losing touch of. So we have to make it a priority. If you can do it like from Monday to Friday, if you have some time on the weekend, go to the park. Go to the park. If you have pets, take them out and spend some time there just connecting with nature. It is necessary. I can tell you how much this has done in my life personally, because I've made it a habit. Like sometimes, especially when the weather is warm, depending on where you are. But if you have a nice weather outside, make it a habit to step out. Just go out. If you have to take your meal outside and just sit out and eat while you're observing nature, it is necessary. And I believe it's going to enable you to not feel overwhelmed, because when you just have your head down working on projects from morning till evening and you haven't even taken a break, then trust me, it's going to take a toll on you. But the minute you stand out and you stand and walk outside and just breathe in the fresh air and take a quick walk or just take a small walk and come back, you will be full of energy and ready to create and ready to continue working on your goals and aspirations. So think about it. So like I said from the beginning, we've spoken about getting enough rest. We've spoken about eating right. We've spoken about exercising. We've spoken about genuine connection, and also, like I said, doing the things that you love most and connecting with nature. Something else that I know some people do is also meditating. So if you're into meditation, you already know fasting. When you wake up in the morning, you say your gratitudes. If you're someone who journals, just write something on your journal about the plans that you have for the day. Create a goal, create your plans for the day, and then spend some quality time meditating. Other people do an hour. Some people do like a 5-minute thing. Other people do like 20-50 minutes, depending on the time that you have. And the good thing about it is there are tons of apps out there that you can use. There's a Calm app. There's another app. I can't remember the name of it, which is super helpful. And you can also go on YouTube. Just go and Google like 10 minutes meditation sessions and spend just 10 minutes just internalizing and connecting and recharging yourself before you go out there and start working. And it's another way of preventing you from just waking up and jumping on and grabbing your phone. So instead of waking up and going straight to social media, you can actually wake up, recharge yourself, connect, do all this fun stuff that I'm talking about, and then later on you can now go on and check your social media, check your emails, and do all these things. But believe me, if you start your day like with all these before you even do anything else, some of the tips that I've given you, you will most definitely have a fully charged day. Like you'll be so excited, you'll have all the energy you deserve, and you'll be more focused on your goals and aspiration. All right. And also something that I do on a personal level, we all have different hobbies. Something that I've learned, and this is something I'm always doing: read some books. Like if you wanna upgrade your skill, if you wanna make sure you stay ahead of the game in your skill set, you stay ahead of the game in your industry, read some books, read some magazines that are in line with what you're working on, or even just read some books for the fun of it, for the fun of just learning new ideas and getting to know what other people are doing in life. So I read a lot. I try as much as I can to read. I read hard books, I listen to audiobooks, whichever works for you. If you don't have time to read books when you're exercising, you can actually put on your headphones and just listen to a few chapters of an audiobooks that you really love. Like listen to some books, learn some new skills, and you're definitely gonna become more efficient, and it's definitely gonna help you with mental health as an entrepreneur. And I believe that is more efficient. And most probably, the other thing, to finalize this whole topic, I would say is practice self-care. I feel like this is something we neglect sometimes, but you need to have some quality time. I've spoken about spending time with your loved ones. I've spoken about just connecting with nature and all that, but you need some self-care. You need some quality time with yourself. You need to have some quality time with yourself where you can do an analysis about yourself and ask yourself, am I where I'm supposed to be? You need to have some time to just appreciate yourself, like pat yourself in the back and be like, yeah, we've come this far, and we are definitely gonna be able to go far. Take some time to celebrate your major and small milestone. So if you think about it, if you are able to actually do some of the things that I've highlighted today, I believe it's gonna change your life in a major way. If you're feeling stuck, if you feel like you don't have the juice to create, step out of your working area, step out of your surrounding and plug into other surroundings, connect with other people. Like I said, exercise more, eat a healthy diet, get some rest. I remember I was listening to Jimmy Carrey and he said something, sometimes our bodies tell us that we need to get some rest, and that's why we are depressed. And the way he broke down the word depressed, he said the body needs some deep rest. That's why we get depressed. So if you feel like your body is trying to tell you need to get some rest, like you have all these body aches, you don't have, your mind feels like it's foggy, you can't see clearly, like you're trying to think and you're not getting any breakthrough, trust me, you need some self-care. And this is totally important. This is very important, especially if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a creator. Like you need to spend some time away from your working environment to be able to recharge, to be able to get as much a positive vibe into your life, so that you can be able to be more effective, you can be more able to be more productive in your day-to-day work. So just a few tips that I thought was necessary. I believe if you follow some of them, you're definitely going to be able to change your life around and you're going to get some better results. So like I said, my goal is to be able to come here and share any tips that I learned that can help you out there in life, in your business, in your job, on your entrepreneurship journey, on your creative journey. Like if you're able to follow some of those tips, trust me, you're going to be able to have a nice balance, and it's actually going to enable you to have better mental health habits as an entrepreneur, and hopefully it's going to enable you to take your life to the next level. All right, so as always, it's been a blessing tapping in with you, and hopefully we're going to link up next week. All right, this has been the Ownership and Greatness Show. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, if this is your first time, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification button so you can always be notified whenever we drop a new episode. And if you're listening to the episode on all podcast platforms, leave us a review, leave us a comment. Would really appreciate that. We're trying to run the numbers up, so feel free, subscribe, review, and we'll definitely appreciate. I see you guys next time. Peace and blessing. Love you all.